Hey, what is up guys? Rock here, welcome back to another Blue Archive video. Now, a lot of you guys have asked me, hey Rock, is it worth it to pull for Swimsuit Azusa? So I figured maybe I'll make a video talking a little bit more about this, whether or not you should be pulling for her with all the other characters coming up soon. Now, I know that not everyone starts at the same point in Blue Archive. Totally get that. I'm a day one player, so there's a chance that my decision will differ from yours. So let's talk a little bit about who is coming. Alright, if you guys are not aware, as you can see, we're gonna have all of these banners with Mari, Natsu, Kazusa, and Reisa going away. And with that, we're gonna have a couple of new banners. Number one, Swimsuit Hifumi. Alright, first things first, you shouldn't pull for her because she is not limited. Alright, she's actually available in the standard banner. Yes, she's gonna have her exclusive banner. If you want to get her, yeah, maybe you can, but meta-wise, she's gonna be probably one of the least used students out there, right? Unless you're getting her for her design. Now, number two, we have Swimsuit Mashiro. Now, this one is going to be the one that's limited. Alright, so limited in terms of if you miss on this banner, it's going to take about 1 year before you can get her. Now, how strong is 3-star Swimsuit Mashiro? She's going to be much more useful in PvP. Alright, in a lot of situations, she's supposed to be used right there to counter Tsubaki. Alright, she can one-shot Tsubaki, very strong in that particular usage. Now, in terms of rates, you are probably not going to use her as much. Yes, she can still be used for sure, but her main usage is going to be in PvP in particular. Now, if you're looking for PvE, looking for rates to tackle that specifically, this is where Swimsuit Azusa comes in, and she's going to be the best one out of these three, right? So obviously, if there's a character that you want, she's also a limited character. So Swimsuit Azusa and Swimsuit Mashiro are both limited. She's going to be the best, one of the better single target damage dealer out there. Now, when Swimsuit Azusa first came out, she was very strong, right? Because there was no competition. So this was like about 1 year ago. It's been quite a while actually, surprisingly. Now, it has been 1 year. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? I can't exactly remember. But Swimsuit Azusa has plenty of competition now in terms of single target damage dealer that's Mystic type or blue type, right? So let's talk a little bit about Swimsuit Azusa. If you guys are not aware, you can see I do use her a lot, which is why you can see I have tier 8, tier 8, tier 7. This is like lots of investment. If you guys are not aware, tier 8 is going to be very expensive for a lot of characters. Now, what makes her really strong is not going to be on her EX skill anymore. Alright, it used to be this is going to be her strongest ability or her strongest where she shines. In terms of she can do single target damage, she does 847 multiplier of attack damage to an enemy, and also 650% of attack as chill damage over time. So this is like an additional DOT for 20 seconds. Alright, so total together is like quite a lot of damage for the cost of 5. So that's not bad. That's actually quite a lot of damage. And her basic skill increase crit damage by 40%. Her enhanced skill increase attack by 482. This is because I have the this particular unique equipment, and also increase her attack by 26.6%. But in my humble opinion, what makes her really strong or shines better than the other single target damage dealer is going to be on her sub skill. Now, this one allows her to decrease defense by 15.3% when she attacks. She has a 30% chance to do so, and this is going to last for 13 seconds. Now, not bad, alright? She has a defense debuff, and that means she has the ability to help you out regardless of the raids, right? Ideally, you want to use her against blue raids because she's a Mystic type. But if you notice, because of this particular skill, she's going to be quite flexible. You can use her in a red, you can use her in yellow, and she doesn't need to take advantage of the elemental property as much because she can just be there and she's going to generate her sub skill to hopefully have a chance to decrease enemies' defense. So that makes her really good in that case if there's only a single boss. If there's multiple enemies, that's where she doesn't shine, right? Like I mentioned, when she was first released, Swimsuit Azusa was extremely strong. However, after Swimsuit Azusa came out, I think Blue Archive Anniversary came, and then we have Wakamo. Now, Wakamo is also going to be a very strong, prominent single target damage dealer. As you can see, she's also Mystic and Light. And if you look at the terrain advantage, Wakamo actually has a pretty good one, right? If you look at it, Swimsuit Azusa basically has only one advantage, but Wakamo basically has 2. Alright, so therefore, and also Wakamo, if you look at the multiplier on her EX cost, She does 325%. However, there's an accumulative damage where if you guys are not aware how Wakamo works, she's able to basically accumulate damage for 10 seconds, and then that's going to basically explode in terms of mystic type damage, and this is going to take up to 1322% of Wakamo's attack. So that's a lot of damage multiplier. And she's also a 4 cost, cheaper than Swimsuit Azusa, which is a 5 cost. She has a basic skill here that deals damage every few seconds. She also has enhanced skill that increases her attack, and sub skill, she basically deals additional damage to bosses. Now Wakamo is also a very strong candidate if you need a single target damage dealer, right? So if you have Wakamo, there's a chance that you don't need Swimsuit Azusa as much. And we also have a bunch of other characters that came out recently, right? So besides Wakamo, besides Swimsuit Azusa, we also have Tracksuit Hasumi. Alright, you guys might not be aware, but she was given to a lot of us for free. Alright, she's also a single target damage dealer. She can do a lot of damage, so it's going to depend on this particular skill. 859% of attack damage to one enemy, but she can also consume up to 2 more costs, and that's going to increase like 30% per cost, which is insane. Alright, so this girl, if you have her for free, she also does damage every few seconds, and she also is able to increase her crit damage by 26.6%, and her sub skill deals 41.5% of attack as additional damage when attacking large sized enemies, which most bosses are, right? So she's going to shine extremely well. In fact, in the Gauss raid, I ended up prioritizing using her on my first team, and on my second team I have Swimsuit Azusa. Yes, ideally you still need multiple single target damage dealer because you might bring in several multiple different teams, right? So it makes a lot of sense, but she's free and given to a lot of players. So if you play back then during the event, during the welfare, she's also an option. And not to mention, recently we also have a bunch of other characters that came in. For example, Kaho, right? You can see Kaho, same concept, alright? Single target damage dealer against bosses, alright? Deals 1400% attack damage to one enemy. Cost is 5. Alright, so basic skill, she can cast Serenity, increase attack by 39.7%. She also can increase crit damage, and the sub skill, increase her attack by 10%. She will deal 10% additional damage when Serenity is active. So she's also a very prominent one if you're looking for a single target damage dealer. And then we have one more, Maid Aris, that, you know, was just here 2 weeks ago, right? So same concept, she's a 4 cost, deals 1128% attack to one enemy, right? Mystic effectiveness, you know, also increase, also able to boost attack. She does a lot of damage, boost her crit damage here, and then she's also able to deal additional damage when dealing normal attacks. So you can see Swimsuit Azusa has more rivalry now, alright? It's not just her, like she's competing with all these other single target damage dealers. Now all of these characters that I mentioned, if you have any of these, there's a chance that you won't be needing Swimsuit Azusa as much. However, like I mentioned, she still has something that's like flexible in terms of her usefulness, in which she can decrease defense. Now this is not unique to her alone, however, if you have the regular Azusa version, she can also do that. It's just going to be a little bit different. On her basic skill right here, you can see she's able to decrease defense by 24.6% for 20 seconds, right? Every 30 seconds. So Azusa also can do that if you're looking to tackle a raid boss, right? So again, you know, I think Swimsuit Azusa, she used to be really strong and she shines on her own, but recently she has fallen off a little bit because there's a lot of other single target mystic type characters that fills the same role as her. So I feel like her usefulness has ever since fallen a little bit. And not to mention, if you look at the Blue Archive anniversary roadmap, so yes, right now we have Reisa. We are also going to have Rumi and Mina coming really soon. So Rumi and Mina, both of these characters are really prominent characters. I do highly recommend pulling for especially Mina because they are both very strong character. I've talked about this before. Rumi is going to be one of the better healer. She is basically, her concept is all about healing. She's also able to cleanse debuff. Very good in that sense. Alright, you can see right here for allies healed by EX skill, she's additionally continuously healed by an extra percentage for every 60 seconds. Now Mina on the other hand is going to be a very unique damage dealer. She's more of dealing with one enemy, but she can basically apply 3 debuffs to them, alright, where she can decrease attack, evasion, accuracy by up to 30%. Alright, that's insane. She's also able to deal additional damage depending on the debuffs, right? You can see 3 debuffs is going to do this amount, 4 debuffs is going to do this amount. So that's going to be kind of crazy moving forward. Increase evasion right here, and also when she uses EX skill, she's able to also buff, increase her own attack, evasion and accuracy by up to 35%. So Mina is going to be extremely potent in the Gregorious raids, right? Of course, Global is yet to have it. Our next raid is going to be Perorzilla. Alright, as you can see right here, it's mentioned Perorzilla Feel Torment. So this is where perhaps Swimsuit Azusa might shine, but ideally, I feel like her value has fallen off significantly. But if you are looking to get her for the collection, I do understand that she's a limited character, then by all means, go ahead, right? Because if you miss out on her banner, you might have to wait for at least 1 year or a couple of months before she comes back, right? So that's something to take into consideration. So with that being said, I hope this can help you guys make a better decision. That's gonna be it for this video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.